When people see my DIY projects today, they assume I've always known what I'm doing. Let me set the record straight. Most of my real skill came from mistakes so big they forced me to level up fast. And if my failures can save you time, money, and sanity, then good, because I paid the price already. One of the earliest disasters I created was pure overconfidence. I measured everything like an optimist, quick glance, mental estimate, no double checking. I assumed that close enough would somehow become perfect once the project was done. I was wrong. I built a set of floating shelves that were so misaligned they looked like modern art. One side dipped, the other tilted up, and placing anything heavier than a picture frame felt like a risk assessment meeting. The fix was simple but humbling. Measure twice, cut once, and stop assuming your gut is more accurate than a laser level. I bought one, used one, and instantly understood why professionals swear by them. The next big mistake was falling for cheap materials. I was trying to save money, thinking I was being smart and efficient. I grabbed the lowest priced boards, flimsy brackets, and discount fasteners. The outcome? The wood split on installation, the brackets bent, and the whole thing looked like it was built during an earthquake. What annoyed most wasn't the failure, it was realizing that I had spent more money fixing the issue than I would have spent buying decent materials up front. That was the moment I shifted my mindset. Cost cutting is fine. Corner cutting is not. If the material is the foundation, it needs to be stable, not the cheapest thing on the shelf. My third mistake came from assuming I could master any task I watched on YouTube. I watched a few flawless tutorials and thought tiling a bathroom wall would be a 2-hour job. I mixed the mortar like soup, I rushed the spacing, and within a day the entire wall looked like a topographical map. Grout lines were uneven, tiles were shifting, and everything had to be ripped out. The solution wasn't complicated. Slow down and pilot your skills first. Do a test board. Get the spacing right, understand the material, and then tackle the real job. Skill building requires reps, not shortcuts. Then there was the safety incident, my absolute wake-up call. I was cutting metal with a grinder, telling myself I didn't need goggles because it was just a small cut. A spark shot straight toward my eye, and for a few seconds I couldn't see. That moment changed my entire approach. Personal protective equipment became non-negotiable. Gloves, goggles, ear protection, they're not accessories. They're the difference between finishing a job or ending up in an emergency room. I stopped treating safety as a suggestion and started treating it like the baseline standard for any task. Another major mistake was misjudging timelines. Every project, no matter how simple, I assumed would take half the time it actually required. I'd start late in the day, thinking I'd wrap up before dinner, and suddenly it was midnight and I was surrounded by tools, dust, and frustration. It wasn't the work that drained me, it was the constant mismatch between expectation and reality. Eventually I learned to treat DIY like a proper project. Scope the work. Set realistic timelines, add a buffer, and plan for cleanup. I stopped rushing, and the quality of my work jumped immediately. The final big mistake was working without a system. I'd start something, operate on impulse, leave tools scattered everywhere, and hope the project would magically organize itself. It never did. All it created was chaos, lost screws, missing sandpaper, and repeated trips to the store for things I already owned. Now I prep like a pro. Everything has a place. I know what tools I need before starting, I stage materials in advance, and I clean as I go. You'll be shocked how much your output improves when your process isn't fighting you. Looking back, every mistake was painful in the moment, but invaluable over time. They forced me to become more strategic, more disciplined, and more honest about my own capabilities. DIY isn't about perfection, it's about progression. You make mistakes, you fix them, and you upgrade your entire operating system along the way. If you're just starting out, here's the truth. You will mess up. You will waste money, break something, and get frustrated. But each mistake gives you a competitive edge the next time. And once you start fixing your own failures, that's when you really start building skill, not just projects.